Hi, everybody. Good evening. How you guys doing? I'm here. Hey, guys. How y'all doing? We got some stuff to get into. I'm so happy. So we got some stuff to talk about. And before we actually get into the tea, I definitely want you guys to know that I have a new YouTube channel. Yay! Hey guys. So I have a new YouTube channel. It is called The Tea Print. Hint my barbness, right? It is called The Tea Print. Totally barb of me to do this, right? Now, I need you guys to please go subscribe to the Tea Print. I will drop the link in the description after this entire Tea Live is over. I will drop it down below. I need you guys to know that the Tea Print is actually for you guys. It's for you. Now, what am I going to be doing on this channel? Well, I'm going to be helping anybody who wants to start a tea channel grow their tea channel. And guess what? Not only am I going to give you the tools that I used to grow my platform fast, guess what? It's free. You ain't got to pay for nothing. You ain't got to pay for nothing. I just want to help as many people as possible start YouTube if this is something that you want to do. If you don't know how to do it, if you want to be a creator, even if you don't want to do like tea talking and talking about celebrity gossip, you may want to be an influencer. Well, some of the tools that I have to help grow my channel so fast, I can give to you so that you can grow your platform. Okay? So not only will I put this down below, but as soon as I upload on this channel, which will be next week, Wednesday, I am going to have a link of where you can sign up. And every single video, we're going to be talking about your questions. We're going to be talking about what does tags mean? How does monetization work? We're going to be talking about how YouTube is censored. I'm going to give you everything you need so that you can start the type of channel you want. Even if you want to do true crime or you want to do vlogging, I'm going to help you do that. So please go subscribe and let's grow together, chat. Okay? Jaguar, I'm starting with Jaguar. The reason I'm starting with Jaguar is because, chat. Okay, Jaguar. So y'all have seen part 1, part 2, and part 3 of Tasha K's docuseries, Gone Girl. Okay, so everybody has seen it. Now, at the end of Tasha K's video, many of you guys heard that her ex-husband, Sam, he basically said that he had numerous voicemails. I mean, numerous voicemails from Jackie, basically saying that she's, threatening him. She's doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Now, I have come across several voicemails, okay? These voicemails are sinister in nature, very sinister. The reason I can't show them on YouTube is due to some of the legal things going on in the background. But what I will say is that I have witnessed firsthand what Jaguar has said to people on voicemails. And I want to encourage people that anything, people hear about Jaguar, right? Any of her fans, you guys really don't know the type of things that Jaguar has done. And this is not allegedly. I am not saying allegedly. I heard her voice on somebody's phone. And not only did she threaten this person, but she also alluded to the fact that she was going to do some really bad things to this person. So I want you guys to know that everything that you saw in Tasha K's video regarding Jaguar Wright, a lot of that stuff is happening not only to her family, but stuff has also been happening to content creators. I have been threatened, all kinds of stuff. And I pray that she gets help, because this girl right here, she's probably the worst I've ever seen. The worst. And as soon as we're able to get the legalities out of the way, as soon as we're able to get that stamp that we can move forward, I will. Because I have been told that if we show anything regarding Jaguar Wright on our pages, she is going to try to strike channels. So I can't show it yet, but as soon as the legalities are done, I will let you guys hear it. Okay? So she needs help. She needs help. And at this point, we need to stop enabling her. Okay? We need to stop enabling her. Now, next topic. DaniLeigh. DaniLeigh. DaniLeigh has responded to the colorism. DaniLeigh has basically responded to the colorism. Now look, before I show you guys what DaniLeigh says, I have a problem. And I'm going to tell you who I have a problem with. This is who I have a problem with. Charlemagne. He got himself on the Breakfast Club. Charlemagne got himself on the Breakfast Club, seemingly trying to defend DaniLeigh. And then he says this. He's like, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see why everybody's so mad. What do you mean?
I was confused by this yesterday. Because I'm trying to figure out, what am I missing? I think people are mad because they don't. She's not black. Is she black or she not?
She posted, I'm Dominican. She said, I'm Dominican, I'm Spanish, I'm black, I'm white, leave me alone.
But she has a lighter complexion, so she made a song about having a lighter complexion. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's the problem here.
How are you trying to figure out what's the problem? Like, are we living in the Flintstone age? What do you mean you're trying to figure out what's the problem? The problem is the song was trash. Period. And see, this is the type of media games that I don't like, because they're pushing a narrative that, well, Beyoncé made a song about brown skin girls. She didn't go around saying brown skin girls is what he want. She didn't say that.
But it's not like it's not like she said she didn't say her light skin is better than anybody's.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh my God, Charlemagne, you guys, Charlemagne be doing the most, child. Yes, she did. She said yellow bone is what he wants. Nobody in brown skin girl said brown skin girl is what he wants. She knew the lyrics to her song were inappropriate. Like, what is this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about with the media. You know what he got? He got the forgotten syndrome. Back in the day, before we had, social media and all this stuff, I say way, way back in the day, you always had those people, right? Those Black people who tried to justify not only things that happened to Black people in the past, but they also tried to change the narrative. Like, well, we've moved past that. I don't know why we still talking about it. We're still talking about it because we have a problem that DaniLeigh would feel so comfortable to say that she's a yellow bone. That is our problem. We're mad at her comfortability in talking about something that is a Black issue. She is not Black. Yellow bone has been used in the Black community, and that's our issue. We have to be more stricter on who uses things that represent Black America, period. I don't care if she made a song saying Dominican girl is what he want. That's great. She could have said Dominican girl is what he want. Okay, girl, period. But when you get into shades of complexion, I think that is trash, period. Now, after Charlemagne, went and defended DaniLeigh posted it on her page and she said, period. DaniLeigh, save it. Save it, DaniLeigh. I find it very interesting that you are saying Yellow Bone is what he wants, knowing that his baby mother is a dark-skinned girl. Stop trying to play like we don't see what's going on. That was trash. That was trash. Now, DaniLeigh did respond.
Now, I was confused by this.
Let me turn Charlemagne off because, chill. DaniLeigh did respond, and I'm going to show you guys what DaniLeigh had to say. And I want to know from you guys what you think about her apology, because DaniLeigh seemingly apologized. All right.
Hey guys, it's DaniLeigh, and I just wanted to address what's going on with me right now. I think it's super important because I definitely feel super misunderstood, and my song Yellow Bone is what he wants. I think people twisted it into thinking like I'm trying to bash another woman, another skin tone. Like, that was never my intention. I wasn't brought up like that. I never looked at my skin as a privilege. I never looked at me as I'm better than somebody because of my skin tone.
Okay. I appreciate her apology. But what I don't appreciate is the ignorance. Stop it. I am so tired of women getting on platforms saying something disrespectful and then saying, well, I didn't know. I didn't know. You knew. You know your privilege as you live through life, girl. Save it. That's what I don't appreciate. I appreciate her apologizing, but I don't appreciate the ignorance. And that's just my opinion. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Nah, like, I see brown skinned women flaunt their skin all the time in music. Like, why can't I talk about mine? If you look at me, I'm light skinned, I'm a yellow bone. In my opinion, that's just what I am. So it's like, it wasn't something that I looked at so deeply, which I can see why people will take it deeply. So I understand, and I'm sorry that I wasn't sensitive to the topic when I wrote my comment, like, why are you guys taking it so personal? Because it can be a personal thing to certain people, because colorism is a real thing. So I do get it, but I'm not that. I'm not a colorist. I'm not a racist. I date a whole chocolate man. I have beautiful dark-skinned friends, like, and skin isn't something I even see. Like, it's not something that I look at, like, so yeah, I don't live for the internet. Because people don't know me. So that's why I thought it was important to speak on it, because you don't know me. It's like, let me tell you guys what I meant by this. So hopefully you guys can watch this with a open heart, a genuine mind, and just, try to get past it. I'm sorry. Again, if I offended people who are truly offended, I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep grinding, keep doing me, keep posting me, and yeah, I hope everybody has a great Sunday. And yeah, it's all love.
So, what y'all think? She has black friends. I have black friends, and my black friends are beautiful, and I'm not racist, and I date a whole chocolate dude. Period, girl. I date a whole chocolate man. I have, but wait. DaniLeigh, you're the same girl that allegedly called people in high school dark-skinned girls ugly Haitians, allegedly. You're the same girl who back in 2012 called a black man a monkey. I mean, do I need to pull up the receipts again? Girl, you're the same girl. Hold up. I really wish that at some point she would just admit the fact that in her little heart, she believes that she's a black girl. Because it's like, girl, did you really call him a chocolate man? Like, girl, what? So this must not be you. This must not be you, DaniLeigh. 20 shades darker. This must not be you. Because this looks nothing like the girl I just saw. This looks nothing like the girl I just saw. Who is this? Who is this? Stop playing ignorant. Stop playing ignorant and tell people what it really is. You are 40 shades darker. And I'm not even trying to hate on her, but I hate fake apologies. I hate empty apologies. You want to be a black woman. Say it. That's cool. Great. Great. She's not black. She's not mixed with black. She's a whole different color. Girl, this is crazy. Is Charlamagne gonna address this too? Oh, well, she just decided to stay in the tanning booth a little bit longer. Get out of here. All these people who are talking about colorism, all these people who are talking about the fact that black women are undesired, want to be black women. Some of them. She is only one of many women who darken their skin, put braids in their hair, and then come out and tell us they're mixed. And then they want us to justify it. They say, oh, but no, I'm not anything. You know, I have black friends. Come on. I date a chocolate man. Come on. A chocolate man. Girl, I thought Redbone was what he wanted. Come on. So for me, the actual apology, I appreciate that she attempted it. But at the end of the day, I do not appreciate the ignorance. And for that reason, she's going to need to figure out a way to come back. Because what Mimi said to her, Mimi told her, she said, stop trying to be other people. She said, if you be yourself, people will respect you a lot more. And that's a fact. So that's what I had to say about DaniLeigh. I think that, I think her apology was tired. She could have kept that. She could have kept that. And I'm not even trying to be mean to her. I'm not. But what I'm saying is that we have to be mindful. This girl has a huge platform. She has a huge platform. So everything you do that people allow to be acceptable is what others are going to do as they come up. So for me, that was a tired apology, chair. Let me see what people are saying. So somebody said the apology was forced and she evaded any accountability. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody said, I'm mixed. I embrace both sides. Yes, that's okay. That's okay. Somebody said, I believe it when they say any man that finds beauty in another race other than his own can't be trusted. Well, let's talk about that a little bit. I feel like this. And I know some people may not agree with me, but I feel that people should be able to date who they want. That is just my opinion. If you like a lighter complexion, if that's your preference, then you go do that. What I don't like is the comparison and the pedestal. That's what I don't like. Don't put one complexion over another. You can like what you like. I can't bash you for your preference, but I don't want you to contribute to platforming ignorance. Facts. Somebody said, insecure people don't like themselves. Dani don't like herself, babe. Yeah, Yeah. Somebody said, I'm multiracial myself, Creole and Korean, but I claim both of my cultures, which is fine. It's fine. It's beautiful to be mixed. Nobody's saying that it's wrong. It's beautiful to be a Black melanated woman. All of it is beautiful. That's what I want people to understand. Somebody said, you can have your preference, but when you belittle the other side, that's when it becomes a problem. Yes. Thank you, Driona Smith. Yes. That's exactly how I feel. She said it. She said it right there. She said it right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, knows no color, but you have to keep them the way you get them. Absolutely. Somebody said, I'm Puerto Rican and my dad Black, and I like white, Black, Latin, anything. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely. Girl, do you and like what you like. Somebody said, people want to be Black, but don't want to be involved in Black problems. Period. Everybody want to be Black, but nobody want to be a nigga. And I'm just keeping it real. Everybody wants to be Black, you know. Somebody said, I'm Filipino and Black. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Somebody said, I feel like light skins embrace darker skin tones more than people who are on their own skin. That's why it's an issue. Yes, I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. Somebody said, Dani is Dominican. Her parents are Dominican. She has old tweets saying I look like a Black girl. Yes, she does. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Y'all know I got the receipts. She does have tweets. Yes, she does. Yes, she does, child. And that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, just admit it. That's all we want her to do. Just admit it. Because she deleted her Twitter not thinking that we were going to grab all of the receipts. Like, people went all the way back to 2012. And they found some of the stuff that DaniLeigh was talking. Okay? They said a lot of stuff. DaniLeigh has also talked about Beyoncé. Okay? I didn't tell y'all that. DaniLeigh has made comments about Beyoncé. Okay? And it's pathetic at this point. Let me show y'all so y'all can see. So DaniLeigh had made a comment about Beyoncé. This is what DaniLeigh said. She said, last night I met Beyoncé. She told me she loves watching me perform. She also said I'm like a N-word that's pretty. Stop playing with us, DaniLeigh. What do you mean? What do you mean Beyoncé said that you're like a nigga that's pretty? The fuck? But you didn't know that colorism exists? Girl. So you lie on Beyoncé and you say that Beyoncé said that you are like a nigga that's pretty. What is that supposed to mean? I guess that's supposed to mean you have Black friends, right? So because you have Black friends, you can say this type of nonsense. I rest my case. You told on yourself. Why would Beyoncé say something like that, girl? Why would... Ooh. Why you lying on Bay? Y'all gonna stop lying on Bay. You guys are going to stop lying on Bay. Because the Beehive, and I'm part of the Barbs, and I'm part of the Beehive. So if you do something like this, they are going to eat you alive, girl. This is not allegedly. This is her tweet. And then after people start bringing up her tweets, she deleted her Twitter. She deleted it. You lied on Beyoncé and then got on your screen and said, Oh no, I have beautiful Black friends. I didn't know that this was gonna happen. I'm so sorry if I offended anyone. So, were you sorry when you lied on Beyoncé about her saying that you are a Black person? Actually, you said the N word, a nigga that's pretty. So, are you saying Black niggas aren't pretty? I'm just curious. That's all cat. So she knew that was gonna dig. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what's even worse, you guys. The fact that the baby condones this behavior. That's what I don't get. The baby, you have a whole beautiful brown-skinned daughter. You are okay with dating someone that says N-words are pretty, that are pretty? I'm just confused. Somebody said the baby needs to leave her alone before she has no career, because honestly, he's the problem for letting her think that B. Simone is also to blame for her behavior. Yes. Beyoncé would never say this. Beyoncé would never say this. Absolutely not. I don't believe this at all. Beyonce could say it to my face and I still don't believe it. I wouldn't, because that is not the character that we've seen from her. Beyonce would never say that. Girl, you lying. Stop lying. It's a mess. Somebody said, the baby is that baby. Ooh. Somebody said, remember we used to love the baby. Yes, I remember. Somebody said, girl, 20 Days of August said, girl, Beyonce don't know you. Chill. Somebody said, what do you expect from someone like the baby? I don't know at this point. I feel like, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can definitely correct me. I feel like in the rap industry, a lot of these rapper men, they do go for the lighter skinned girls, just from what I see. And I don't know the reasoning for that, but they do go for the lighter skinned girls. I've seen that. And I don't know if it's because that's the theme or if it's truly they believe that it's better. I don't know. Somebody said Danny was trolling, period. If she is serious, recall the terrible song. She did. She deleted the song. She did. She deleted the song. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said, yes, thank you. Slade De Niro said, bro, these comments. Somebody said, why the F was she said that Beyonce is very pro-Black? Thank you, Queen Tings. Like, for me, it's the lie on Beyonce. Like, you lied on someone that prides herself in her Black community, someone who's given back without telling nobody she's gave back. That's what I don't get. People always question what Beyonce does. A lot of times Beyonce is giving money behind the scenes and helping people. She doesn't need a show for people to understand that. So how dare you? That's crazy. Somebody said, first off, doesn't Beyonce make people sign NDAs? Period. You're not going to get around. Everybody who was at that Rock Nation brunch or anywhere Beyonce is, I'm going to tell you guys so you guys remember. Remember at Diddy's birthday party, Beyonce was talking with Saweetie and somebody else. A person walked up with their phone and Jay-Z snatched the phone. And he said, no pictures. And this is somebody else's party. So there's no way Beyonce would say something like that to you and you didn't sign an NDA. On top of that, I didn't see DaniLeigh perform at Diddy 50. Girl, Diddy 50, you didn't perform. And if she did, somebody tell me. I did not see DaniLeigh perform. So, girl, you better stop lying on Beyonce. You better stop lying on Beyonce. I couldn't believe that, y'all. I was so pissed off that she would include Beyonce. And, you know, at this point, this is why, you know, she deleted her Twitter. Now, let me show you guys this. Okay, DaniLeigh. What is this, DaniLeigh? At West Ferreras. LOL. You a monkey, nigga. You a monkey, nigga. He's a what? You a monkey, nigga. A monkey, nigga. Girl, you a monkey, nigga. So you didn't know, DaniLeigh? You didn't know, babe? You didn't know? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. She can save the apology. She can save it. Because I don't believe anything that she said. I don't believe it at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. Somebody said, pull up the clips from her performance because they're pathetic. Crowd is not involved. And some people left. Ooh. Somebody said, hang it up flat screen. Somebody said, why are people saying she's colorist if she's not black? Because Phoebe, I say this with the utmost respect. People are saying that she's a colorist because DaniLeigh, what she's doing is she's trying to force herself into the black community. Even in her apology video, she says, I'm a yellow bone. That's what I consider myself. And you know what? That's fine. If you consider yourself a yellow bone, then you keep considering yourself that. But don't force the general public to see you that way. That is my problem. Don't try to force us to digest a song that you made because that's something that you believe. Girl, what? Girl, what? That's what I mean, you know? Somebody said, Chad T said, anyone can be a colorist. Absolutely. Do y'all know that there are dark-skinned colorists too? Colorists can come in any shade. Colorists can come in any shade. It's the person. It's not really the shade per se. Somebody said, now I want to fight her. She can't be calling people monkeys when she looks like nothing. Yeah. Yeah, girl. You can't justify this. So that's why I say, for me, I think that you know, her apology was blank. I appreciate her effort, but I despise the ignorance. You know, I really don't like the ignorance. Now, a lot of people don't know that colorism, you know, it's been around for a long time. You know, it's been around for a long time. And not only does it work with disadvantages for work, but there is also research studies that have shown that colorism has actually affected not only marriages, but also status, careers. It's crazy because there is this notion that if your skin is fair, that you should get preferential treatment when it comes to the resources in life. This is not only happening in real life, this happens in the music industry. I'll give you an example. Somebody tell me why people like Normani, people who are a little bit darker skinned, Ari Lennox, people who have huge talent aren't getting the push from mainstream media, knowing that their talent is warranted. How does Ari Lennox and a lot of these other people, Summer Walker, not get nominated for the right Grammys, but you only nominate Jhené Aiko? I love Jhené, and she has nothing to do with it, but I'm trying to show you guys the correlation. This is deep. Somebody said, Danny, come back to the ground. Oh, girl. Woo. Yes, Rick Ross showed it too. Yes, absolutely. 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 Rick Ross, he was caught up 2 days ago. Yes. Yes. Somebody said mainstream is, and we need to push them ourselves. Absolutely. I agree with that. KBYTE. I agree with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody said no disrespect to Queen Bey, but she got pushed to the top and her lighter skin complexion helped her. Well, that's your opinion. Yeah. That's your opinion. Definitely. Somebody said, what happened with Rick Ross? Oh, so there was a video that resurfaced. I'll show it to you guys. And it basically just showed that Rick Ross, you know, he chose another girl over a better singer. And people are saying it's because of her skin complexion. Okay. Not only did he say some pretty, you know, just really weird things, people are saying that Rick Ross has been doing this for a while, allegedly.
Just Brittany, you got me for the whole night. Baby, we gon' get it right. Oh, yeah. Oh, shots fired. I give you that because I need to with the judge. And I don't need nobody telling me that this ain't all the I can't see. So maybe we should run.
That wasn't the best platform for your voice.
Nope.
Wasn't the best platform for your voice.
You have a unique voice. And Britt did sound better than yours.
So Rick Ross, out of his mouth, just told this girl that, yeah, Brittany was better than you. What? I'm trying to... What? Hold up.
And Britt did sound better than yours.
Y'all see now? Y'all see now? This is why Rick Ross was trending, because there have been several artists who have come forward who have basically said that Rick Ross has turned them down on deals because they were of darker complexion, allegedly. Allegedly. So we just watched both of them sing, and you mean to tell me that you thought that Britney's was better? And I'm not trying to knock Britney and say anything about her talent. I'm talking about the situation. This aired on national TV. This aired on national TV. So not only did you expose young dark-skinned girls, not only did you expose young dark-skinned boys to seeing this trash, but here you are again. You are conditioning people to think like this. So I just don't understand. I just don't get it. You know, I don't get that this is the type of stuff that's okay. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Let me see what y'all saying. Somebody said, so you're telling me they judging while drinking. Now, how the H are you going to hear properly? But I can definitely believe that color complexion BS with women. Yes. Yes. They completely disregarded the dark girl. And that's what I'm saying. It's nothing to do with Britney's talent. I just didn't like the way this was aired on TV. And that's why a lot of people were basically trending Rick Ross over the last 2 days, dragging him because a lot of people had come back and they saw what he did. They saw it. So it's just out of pocket, you know, and I think it was definitely, it wasn't right. It wasn't right. Now, there is another topic I want to get into real quick. Okay. And I got a question. I got a question for everybody. Because when I saw this, you guys, I was kind of confused because first things first, you guys know that basically the City Girls have been asking for a feature from Nicki Minaj, okay? They have not only been asking for a feature from Nicki, but they have been trying to basically, you know, they've been trying to say that they are over, okay? They are over the situation with Nicki. They want to get along with everybody. They just want to literally be fun with everybody. But before, not only did we see the City Girls trash Nicki, okay, but they also made a diss track not only about Nicki, but also about Cardi B and some other people. So let me say this. I was basically sent some screenshots. I was told that these screenshots are not only from JT's old Twitter, allegedly, but technically, I was told that JT was literally throwing shade at Nicki, saying that she doesn't like Nicki's music because of her voice. Now, I cannot confirm or deny, the validity of these statements, but I wanted to show it to you guys because for me, it just rubbed me the wrong way because these girls have been asking for a Nicki feature after doing all the mess that they've done. Okay. So let me show you guys because this was a mess. And shout out to That's So Beyoncé. Okay. That's So Beyoncé. I want to give a shout out so that you guys can see what is going on, chill. I mean, they switch up every day. So as you guys see on the screen, JT, this was allegedly JT's old Twitter. JT says this: I can't listen to a Nicki a long period of time. She gets annoying. JT, who is that in the picture, chat? Who is that in the picture, JT? Girl, who is that? JT. Why, JT? What is going on? Like, why can't these people just stick with what they believe in? If you don't mess with Nicki, why do you need to be fake? Why do you need to be fake? All you gotta do is say, you know what? I ain't messed with Nicki since day one. And I would respect that more than trying to pretend like you like Nicki knowing that you have all these tweets. Girl, sit down. Just be honest. That's the funny part about all this. A lot of us barbs, we don't care if you don't like Nicki. All we ask is that you respect. That's it. Just respect her. Don't be talking about her child. Don't be trying to say loose things with your mouth. Just move on. You know what I mean? Like, because JT, if we really want to get into annoying JT, I could pull up your remix verse, chat. Do you want me to pull it up? Because I can let you hear something that's annoying. Girl, do you want me to pull up your remix first? Oh, chill. Somebody said, no. Yeah, I ain't gonna pull that song up. That song was trash. I'm not even trying to be a hater. Some songs don't need to be remixed. Okay. But when she did the remix with Moneybagg Yo, the Said Something, she did very good on that one. Some songs just don't fit everybody's voice. You know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that to you guys and let you guys talk about that. Now, the last topic before I drop the link is Keyshia Cole. Now, Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole. Girl. Y'all know what? I'm going to be real honest with this segment because you guys, I was looking forward to this versus battle. I was looking forward to getting in my boyfriend's face with my feelings, putting my hand up, talking about love. I was ready to move my neck and my fingers, chill. I was ready to be all up in my feelings. First thing first, Keyshia, you showed up late to the versus battle, okay? And you know what? Things happen, boo. Things happen, boo. But the nerve of you to get on the versus battle with an attitude. With an attitude. Who are you? Who are you? Because I was ready for this versus battle. Like, I was ready to chill with my friends. You know, we was going to listen to some stuff. Keyshia Cole, you come on there with an attitude. Halfway through it, you are talking to other people. While the DJ is doing what he's doing, turn me up, turn me up. Then you stop and talk about you hot. Girl, what? Girl, what? I was rooting for Keyshia. I was rooting for her. I was like, oh my God, Keyshia gonna kill this. Now look, I care about Ashanti too. I like Ashanti a lot. But at the same token, like, I really like Keyshia. And I kind of felt in a way that Keyshia could have won. But she was all in her feelings. And I thought it was inappropriate. Now, ever since this versus battle, people have been, pulling up old clips about Keyshia Cole. And I actually found a clip that's probably been circling around social media where Keyshia Cole is basically hating on other people and saying that she doesn't really mess with other people. So let me let y'all hear this, and we can't watch too much, but I want you guys to hear the audio, okay? This is what Keyshia had to say.
Who is it that you respect, but you may not necessarily like? Let's approach it like that. Who amongst your peers right now, and that there's many people out there that you respect?
I respect. I wouldn't necessarily say don't like though. See,
okay,
because I don't know nobody enough or don't care enough really to like them. I don't.
Okay, so you're a hater like me. I can appreciate that.
I just don't like. It's not. We all in the same money.
Million. Sorry. Sorry. Come on, Keyshia Cole. Christina Milian.
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a nice girl. What? She's a nice girl? What? She's a nice girl. The shade. She's a nice girl. Oh my gosh.
Ashanti. Damn, her eyes just lit up. Wow, what's going on here, girl? Please.
She's a nice songwriter.
What? Let me roll that back. What you say about Ashanti? Is that why you really had the attitude, girl? Let me run that back.
She's a nice songwriter.
Oh.
Okay. Please.
She's a nice songwriter.
Oh.
Okay. Damn, her eyes just lit up. Khalees.
She's crazy. Yeah.
Girl. The nerve. The nerve of her to say Khalees is crazy. Keyshia, you a whole hater. I'm sorry. Keisha's a hater. She been a hater. What do you mean Khalees is crazy? Girl, have you rewatched your reality show? Keyshia Cole, have you rewatched your own reality show? Girl, what? This is the same woman who sat up on a versus battle and said, oh, can you talk about what's behind you? She said, what do you mean? And he's like, the Ciroc. Well, I didn't get a check from Ciroc. Girl, what? Nobody asked you if you got a check from Ciroc. Ciroc is sponsoring the versus battle. You are a part of the platform. Why can't you just say, shout out to Ciroc? Girl, to me, to my own opinion, I feel like Keyshia Cole, her attitude, and this is just my opinion, Keyshia Cole's attitude has been the biggest barrier to her success. That is my opinion. I think that Keyshia Cole could have had an enormous career. But I think of the way that she's talking about these women, and this was a while back, right? This is not recent. This was a while back. I believe that a lot of that nastiness and that attitude kind of prohibited her from being in the same spaces as these other women because people didn't want to hear the negativity. So it's like, okay, we see Ashanti moving, we see Khalees, these people that actually got a chance to have these big records. And then we see Keyshia Cole and we wondering, we like, Keyshia, you have such good hits. Why aren't you moving forward? And now I'm starting to see that possibly she could almost be like a K. Michelle. K. Michelle is extremely talented, but we know her more for her attitude than her music. Same thing with Azalea Banks. We know Azalea Banks for her outburst. Now we know Azalea Banks for her cat's stuff on her head. You get what I'm saying? So for me, this just kind of threw me off. And in the nerve of Keyshia Cole to downplay Ashanti. Now, I got something to say. People are walking around, and I want y'all opinion when I drop the link. If I need you to drop a 1 in the chat if you think Ashanti can sing. If you don't think Ashanti can sing, drop a 2. Go. I need to know. If you think Ashanti can sing, drop a 1. If you don't, drop a 2. Because okay, we got some 1s. Okay, we got some 2s. Okay, we got some 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay. Somebody said 2. Well, 2, 2, 2. 1. Okay, so it's mixed emotions, right? Some people feel that she can sing and some don't. Now, after the versus battle, you guys, after the whole versus battle, right? A lot of people were talking about the fact that they felt Ashanti couldn't sing. People started saying that they felt that Ashanti's singing, it was almost like a reminiscence of Mariah Carey and how Mariah Carey's voice has kind of changed over the years, right? For me, I do think that, Ashanti can sing. I do. I don't know if it was the sound that made it a little bit weird, but for me, I think that she can sing. You know what I mean? Personally, I think that she can sing. But a lot of people don't. Now, if you guys don't know, after the versus battle, do you guys know who Lyra Galore is? the baby mother of P from QC. Well, Lyra Galore threw some shade at Ashanti. She threw some shade at Ashanti. And this is what Lyra had to say. So as you guys see here, a person, they tweeted, and basically Lyra retweeted it. The person said this. They said, and B word, Ashanti can't sing, but she was still that girl. We all knew what it was, the FLMAO. Now, Lyra Galore responded with this. Exactly. We can love Ashanti, but we knew. What? Child, the shade. Oop, oop. She said, we love Ashanti, but we been knew sis can't sing. What? Oh my God. Oh, why don't y'all respect Ashanti? Why don't y'all respect Ashanti? Like, why don't y'all respect Ashanti? Why? You know what this remind me of? Let me show y'all what this remind me of. It reminds me of this right here. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this?
Always doing it.
What you said, Kaya? Kaya, what you said, Kaya? What you said, girl?
And then she always doing it. I said, bitch, you can't hear you out of the. I said, Mariah, girl.
Mariah, girl.
Miss Mariah, girl.
Miss Mariah, girl.
I said, girl, you do not have to tap that ear, girl. The mic is right. It's that no.
She said the mic is right.
We're gonna make it. I said, girl, you can't make it happen, Mariah. You know, all I want for Christmas. I said,
No shade. No shade. No shade at all. You know what I mean? So, and this is no shade. We're just having a little fun. I feel like, Ashanti can sing. She can. And I think, it's a taste thing. Not a lot of people think she can. All of us hear stuff differently. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to drop the link so we can have you guys chime in, and then we're going to wrap this up. So I want to drop the link so I can have you guys say what you think. Because, child, y'all be having some good opinions. Y'all be having some good opinions. And you know what? Let's see what y'all think. Because, child, this whole thing is a mess. Now, once you guys get up here, remember, okay, we want to stay on topic. I want you guys to only talk about the things that we talked about in this live. I don't want to hear about no other content creator, okay? I don't want to hear about no mess. I want to talk about the tea, okay? The tea. And also, no cussing. No cussing, guys, okay? No cussing. All right, I have Odie on the line. Hi, Odie. What do you think?
Hey, Ebony. Oh, my God.
Hey, babe.
Hey, girl. Girl, okay, I'm about to start with Ashanti, okay?
Okay.
She can sing. Like, she has some good hits, but I feel like it was a miking. Like, the mic, you see, it was different because I was on the phone and the micings was set up differently.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think about the DaniLeigh situation?
Say that again?
What do you think about the DaniLeigh situation?
She need to worry about her. She need to worry about her situationships and that blackfish on her face.
Oh, okay. So you were not here for the alleged blackfishing. I mean the darkening of the skin.
Yes, because you are some shades lighter than other light skinned people, quote unquote light skinned people. You're not a yellow bone. You're Dominican. Stay in your place.
Right, right. Do you think that other people who may not be Black, do you think that they have the right to say things about, when it comes to Black topics?
Other races?
Yeah.
No.
No.
They don't
Okay.
understand what we go through in a struggle.
Okay. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And then Shane, whatever his name is, child, he coming in other people's pockets. He needs to worry about the industry and what the industry is talking about him.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah. This is, I agree in a way. But basically, I think they just have to be more educated. That's my whole thing. If you are going to literally say these things and put these types of narratives out, just be educated, because if we go look at her Allure video on YouTube, she looks nothing like a mixed woman.
Yeah.
So that was the whole issue, I think. That was the whole issue. But thank you so much for calling in, babe.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye, babe. So we have looks like we have Promise on the air. Hi, Promise.
Hello.
Hi, what do you think about the topics?
Well, I think what DaniLeigh said in her song was a little kind of offensive to a lot of people.
Okay.
And how she was saying about her boyfriend is Black and whatever. Some people still took it the wrong way because she is Dominican and she is mixed. She said a lot of people because she's
absolutely
not Black.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Okay, we have it looks like we have Fabiana. Hi, Fabiana. What do you think of the topics?
Hi. Can you hear me correctly?
I can hear you, babe.
Awesome. Hi guys. Okay, so for DaniLeigh topic, me and my sister had heard about it, and we had no idea that she wasn't Black, or
okay.
we no idea. I actually found her about in the 2016 era, when she was dancing with I don't know if you guys know, but with Jaden. I forgot her last name, but she was just a dancer. Then all of a sudden she started singing, and then I haven't heard from her. She was doing her thing with Chris Brown, and then from that, now I hear the Yellowbone song on the Shade Room.
Yes.
So it really jumped so quickly for me, and then I'm thinking she's Black the whole time. She's making our type of music. She's catering to that type of personality when she's not that. So I thought it was very wrong, and to even have a preference, because Black comes in all different shades, but and then she had the nerve to compare it to the Beyoncé song. Brown skin girls, but that's brown skin girls. That's not yellow bone is what he wants.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But you know what? I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you're an African American woman, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So and I just want to know from you, what made you think that she was Black? Like what gave you that feeling that, oh, I thought she was Black? Was it the way that she acted? Was it the way that she dressed? Like, what made you feel that way?
All of it. The way that the way that she dressed, the way she presented herself into other people's problems, the way she spoke up on things, the songs she would make, how she would talk. It just all presented herself. And I guess it was, truly it was a big assumption for all of us, trying to know her life and stuff like that. It's a big assumption for us to think, but she presented herself in such a way that, we all thought she was cool. And then stuff started hitting off. At first, I was just so confused, to be honest, because I didn't understand the stuff with the baby and, everything. I didn't understand it until, I started reading up, on what was wrong, because I started hearing everybody, not liking her. And again, I haven't hit her up since, the Chris Brown song she was making and then dancing when she used to dance. And it was just all so confusing until I figured it out. I think it's a shame, really, because you should really be promoting something either she could be doing so much stuff. If she's Hispanic, she could be talking about the different shades of Hispanic girls. She could be catering to that community as well, bringing stuff into the light, empowering them more.
Right.
She could stop. And then the other thing was on her Instagram, what I saw was that she was darker than the rest of her photos. That also bothered me.
Right, it did. Yeah.
It's 2021.
Exactly.
It's just too much. And I didn't want to bring that into the new year. We have so much, we had a BLM movement, in the middle of last year during the pandemic. And you want to bring this now. Why, why? There's no reason, really. And for some reason, I just think it's for attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I thank you so much for calling in. Thanks for giving me all right. Thanks for joining. Thanks, babe.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we have Keeping Up with Livy. What do you think of this topic?
Honestly, I love me some DaniLeigh. Can you hear me?
Okay. We can hear you, babe.
Okay. So she's
very. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, okay, babe?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so sorry for cutting you off, babe, but I need a moderator to block D-Money, please. Block D-Money in the chat. I am tired of him coming to this chat disrespecting my subscribers. Okay? Block him ASAP. This is my problem with people like D-Money. D-Money, let me let you in on some game. We don't play that around here. These people in the chat have lives and they have decided to come spend some time with me, so they will be respected. Cut it out. Go somewhere else with that. Okay? All right, go ahead, babe. Sorry.
Okay. But yeah, she's really talented, and it just seemed like she wastes her talent on petty drama. So part of me don't feel like she really is colorist. I really think that it was more so like a dig at Mimi. Stop worrying about this woman who this man is clearly going to go back to when he's done making her mad or whatever it is, because he always wind up back with her. But the whole thing of her saying I have dark-skinned friends and I have a chocolate man, to me that's the equivalent of a white person saying, oh, I'm not racist because my friends are black. You know what I'm saying? That does not make you not colorist. And that's what made me raise a little eyebrow, you one of them.
Right. I hate that.
And I've been sitting here supporting you.
Yes, I have black friends, so give me a break.
Please. It's not an excuse. And it's it reminds me of Evelyn Lozada on Basketball Wives, where she forever was saying, I'm Latina. As soon as she get into it with the dark-skinned black woman, what's the first thing she said? I'm Afro-Latina. Ma'am, how long have you known this?
Yes.
I did an ancestry DNA test. So you just did it once you got that little test, but for all these years you've been calling black women monkeys and roaches and all this stuff.
Yes.
But once you get some heat and people really starting to see you for who you are, all of a sudden you Afro-Latina. So honestly, I would not be surprised if DaniLeigh becomes, Afro-Dominican or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. I think that they try to justify it in a way oh, my pathology is deep rooted in Africa, so therefore I know I have at least 2% of black in me. Therefore, I have the right to not only loosely use the word nigga, but I also have the right to be treated as if I am black.
I think what it is, a lot of the Dominican women, please do not get me wrong, they love black men because they know that black men prefer that light, bright, and white skin. So they come in our spaces and they think that they can move however they want to, but honestly they can't. But black men make it okay, and honestly a lot of black women fetishize them also, and they make it okay. They live vicariously through those
Latina women who come in our spaces. Like, just because you support her does not mean that you're going to get the same recognition that she gets. You're not going to get the same preferential treatment that she will get, or women that look like her. It just won't. It shows time and time again, like, sweetie, put your cape on for women who look like you. Take it off and hand that cape to a Latina to cape for her, because we're not caping for her.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your topics, babe. It was great. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. The illest chick. Hi, what did you think of the topics?
Well, I'll just say I'm a new fan, so shout out to you. You know, I just started following you.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna be honest. Hold on, where's my TV? Because I was watching you on YouTube on my TV, but I had to go to my phone to talk to you. And I'm gonna be honest. This really bothered me. This whole DaniLeigh thing, and I wanted to talk to you, and I'm really glad. You know, what I'm saying, thank you for let me speak my piece on it. So when it first happened, you know, I'm just gonna be real. I am a dark skinned woman, and I have a light skinned sister. So I saw it growing up. I have a dark skinned son and a light skinned son. I'm a black person, so I know that's how our genes work. So I've known that, you know what I'm saying, it's I grew up with it, you know, I don't feel no less about myself or what I look like or my complexion or anything, you know.
Good.
So when I heard the song, I said, hold up, this is really disgusting. And I said, wait a minute. Danny's not even black. And then it was like, oh, this whole, well, she's a little bit black. And this is like, let me tell y'all the big issue with this is she is still unapologetic about it. And the thing is, she's like, well, I'm black. Sweetheart, whether you are black or not, the song is problematic for us women. So you sit up here lying to everybody saying it is to uplift it. It didn't uplift a damn person. What you did was offend a lot of people and then try to turn it around and say it was no, it wasn't. And then, you know, I went on a rant, you know, yesterday, and I posted some things that I felt about it. And I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like I said, I have the proof. DaniLeigh watched my story. I'm a nobody. I'm just a, you know what I'm saying. I don't know any. Wasn't even a big fan of hers. But like I said,
she watches my stories too.
I was gonna say, so she is watching the stories. So she's hearing how we're feeling. She's hearing that, you know what I'm saying, it's not about that. Like, how can you date a dark skinned man and say stuff like that, or and make this song, but they act like, you know, you didn't mean to offend him. He has a daughter. Like, what kind of person are you? And obviously you have low self-esteem because that's all that you can obviously throw at somebody. Oh, I have light skin, so I'm the better choice. And everybody can say, oh, that's not what she said. That's exactly what she said. Yeah, but you know, she said that's what he want. He switched it up, and that's what he wanted. But it's like he still put his dick in dark skin Gucci. So I don't know what your thing is, whatever. But then the fact is, you came back to apologize, and I was really ready to hear it. Because my thing is, all right, maybe she's just ignorant. You know, maybe she's just young and ignorant and stupid. And like I said, she's been used to somebody gassing her up like that. Oh, that's what I want. And just like I said, those black men gonna treat you just like they would treat the dark skinned women. So don't let your features fool you to think that that's gonna change anybody. You are who you are, and if somebody gonna treat you how you think they're gonna treat you. But when she apologized, I'm gonna be real. Today, me and my husband just watched American Skin, and in the movie, this white man is explaining, you know, why they feel I don't even see color. He was like, "What, you colorblind? What you mean you don't see color?" In her apology, she's literally saying, "I don't even see color." God, that's what Karen say. You a Dominican Karen now, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Karen say. What you mean? Oh, and I have a chocolate man. Oh, that's so it made me cringe. That's like you saying, oh, and I love his chocolate children. I'm so disgusted. Like, it's like I really just I'm normally not one for downing any woman or whatever, but that is just so like she's not sorry. And even as she's still saying, if I offended you, I'm sorry. So it's still a sorry, not sorry.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's the toxicity that everybody's pissed off about. It's like some people saying, oh, we're hating and stuff, and nobody is hating. This is just toxic. And we don't want to see this crap no more. And you could have been a big girl, you what, 20 some years old, and you could have been a big girl, put on your big girl dress, said, y'all, I was wrong. Somebody school me and tell me, how, let me educate me. But you still over here talking about some trying to be cute, trying to be sexy, whatever, and not still be apologetic. So no, you don't get to come over here on this black girl magic and play on this crap. I'm sorry. No, you don't get no pass with me. Sorry, y'all. Like
It's
I said,
okay.
it just upset me so much. And then the fact is that apology she tried to come out with, it still just
Yeah.
was so disrespectful. It was a gag, because it's like, you had a chance. You saw the hurt you did. I know you saw. You saw my live. I mean, you saw my story. I know you saw what other people were posting. You want to delete your Twitter because you didn't want to hear what other people had to say. It was corrective criticism, and you still didn't turn around and adhere to it.
Well, I thank you for your points, Carla. You had some good points, girl. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, thanks, babe. So I saw a comment inside the chat. Somebody saying that Pop Smoke is Panamanian. Research is so important. I need y'all, when you come into the comments, okay, and you want to play devil's advocate, you want to come into the comments and you want to make, different types of comments. Do your research. He is Panamanian and Jamaican. Okay. He is black. I have one more person in here.
How you doing, gorgeous?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I want to talk about Miss DaniLeigh, and this is my problem, and this is the main problem. The baby.
Okay, we got 10 seconds, girl. Go.
You are talking about being with this chocolate man, but you forgetting this chocolate man got chocolate children.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
And the fact that you know these things, a lot of these people know these things. It's not hard to do research that a yellow bone is considered, what is a light-skinned black woman. Some of these people need to do their research on the brown paper bag test.
Ooh.
The fan test that they used to do when they blew the people's hair with the fan to see if their hair was soft enough to get in certain sororities, certain clubs. As black people, white supremacy has been so ingrained in us as a people that we completely forgetting that.
Yeah.
And you have no black parents. You just tan, and you wear the black as a kind of costume. But y'all all want to eat off the black culture, but y'all don't want to deal with the backlash. Y'all don't want to deal with the hurt that we go through. Y'all want the rhythm, but y'all don't want our blues.
Right.
And a lot of people are not understanding. Latino, Hispanic is a nationality. Black is a race. You could be Latino and white. You could be Latino and black. You could be Hispanic and white and Latino and Hispanic and black. It's all about everybody. We just all just a big old melting pot. And until we start getting together and start recognizing our differences and start seeing that our dark skinned people, our dark skinned sisters, it's our hurt is valid. Our feelings are valid. And the fact that Charlemagne sat there and gaslit, talking about brown skinned girls. Brown skinned girl is about uplifting us, uplifting dark skinned women who do not feel beautiful. You remember when Gilbert Arenas went out of his way to trash Lupita Nyong'o, and she ain't said nothing to him? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You remember how they treated Kelly Rowland?
Yes.
You remember how y'all remember how they treated Naomi Campbell? And they made her this angry woman, but she was just a woman that was about her business. But they see the lighter complexion as delicate, weaker. The baby then gassed her head up to the point where you forget you have a daughter at home that's gonna have to see this. And she gonna feel like, why didn't my dad protect me? Why is it okay for my dad to be with a woman like this, knowing that I look the way that I do, knowing that society is not going to see me as beautiful. They're going to see me as aggressive. They're going to see me as more masculine. You know what I'm saying? As people need our history course and not the watered down version.
Period.
Y'all need to learn about Willie Lynch. Y'all need to learn about all of these things, because guess what? No matter how accepted y'all think these white people think you are accepted, they still see you as one of us. Light, black, caramel, all of that thing. But they feel like they on get this other plateau because of their skin tone. And guess what? That girl, and my thing is, she made this song. It was not pure why she made that song.
Yes.
It was out of spite. It was out of hate. And it was to go at the mother of his children. And when the backlash hit her, she doubled down and called everybody haters. And then when it got even worse, when the label probably called her, this she want to backpedal. You know what I'm saying? Then she want to backpedal and say, oh, I don't understand that. Child, y'all know these things going on. Y'all just don't want to care. Y'all just don't care because y'all are y'all benefiting from this. But at the end of the day, what you did was wrong. And instead of being a woman about it, you double down, and guess what? You gonna stay canceled because that is no matter how pretty you are, you have ugly intentions. And that's what the hell you was doing. Trying to go at this man's baby. He procreated with these women. He got children with these women. These women don't want him. But at the end of the day, you got to respect these women because they are the mother of his children.
Period.
His dark children. And that thing when I got a chocolate man, that is the light skin equivalent of I have black friends. I can't be racist. I can't be racist.
That's the old.
And can I talk about? And then one more thing, fish plate Keyshia.
Oh, now you call her fish plate Keyshia.
You know she was sending fish plates. You know she was doing that. Let's keep it real. Fish plate Keyshia, I am so disappointed in her because sis thinks she is bigger than what she really is. Because sis came in 55 minutes late, her attitude, her vibe changed. She changed the whole vibe. Ashanti was sitting there looking pretty and was playing her stuff and stuff like that. And she came in there like that one person that just sucked the energy out of the room. That was her that night. She disgusted me. I was like, girl, and she been that way. This ain't nothing new. Remember when she picked that fight with Beyonce when Beyonce dropped Bow Down?
Yeah.
And she got in the fight with Michelle Williams. Girl, the gospel lady.
Yeah. Oh, not the gospel lady.
You remember? I know you remember that.
Oh, shit.
When she fish plate Keyshia, and then you didn't make sure you got a check for this, like Ashanti. Girl, go sit down. But I said what I said.
You said what you said.
Well, you said so good. Thank you for calling on Candy Barbara, girl.
We love you. We love you. Thank you so much for calling in.
You too.
All right. Talk to you later, babe.
Bye.
Bye. Chill. Well, we got into some things. So all in all, the caller was right. We saw this same thing when it happened with Lil Wayne. Okay. Remember, Lil Wayne has a dark-skinned daughter. You guys remember Lil Wayne was on his platform with 50 Cent talking about how lighter-skinned women are more exotic. You guys remember, Reginae came out and she said, I love my skin. I love who I am. I am beautiful. And I think, unfortunately, the baby is setting the wrong tone for his daughter, in my opinion. He can do what he wants. This is not to knock his parenting, but I do think that he needs to lead by example because this is out of pocket. Now, somebody said, why did I choose this picture of DaniLeigh? First of all, y'all, DaniLeigh showed up to a red carpet with her makeup not blended. That is not my fault. Okay. She showed up on a red carpet with no blended makeup. So she is going on my thumbnail. Period. Period, period, period. Okay. That's just what it is. Y'all got. Now, before we wrap up, don't forget to go subscribe to the T-Print channel, so that we will be uploading on Wednesday to get you guys ready. We're going to have some good content over there. Don't forget to make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Somebody said pathetic. What, y'all don't like you guys don't like my Joe? We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. All right, guys. We will talk a little bit later. I love you guys. Bye.